was on WCNC Plus. We want to step away from the 80 degree case for a second to break in with this major development in the North Carolina Supreme Court election that still has yet to be decided. So this is new information from my content partner in Raleigh, WREL. Let me read you the headline. Republican Jefferson Griffin wins North Carolina Appeals Court challenge in case contesting 65,000 ballots. So let's walk this through this case. So thousands of North Carolina ballots in the 2024 election might have been counted illegally. That's according to the State Court of Appeals. That's what they ruled on today in a case that could determine the outcome of last year's election for that open seat on the North Carolina Supreme Court. Again, it's the only state Supreme Court race in the country that hasn't been decided. This case is almost certain to be appealed by Riggs, Allison Riggs, and Democrats. So a spokesperson for Griffin did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and a representative for Riggs' campaign also did not respond to a request for comment when WREL reached out to them. So if this ruling stands, the State Board of Elections would be required to ask most of the voters in question to provide proof of their identity. Anyone who does not respond will have their ballot thrown out. Let me repeat that. If this ruling stands, the State Board of Elections would be required to ask most of the voters in question to provide proof of their identity. Anyone who does not respond will have their ballot thrown out. Now, the court also identified several hundred voters who it said should have their ballots thrown out no matter what, based on a new interpretation of the state constitution. The decision is perhaps the most important yet decision in a high-profile case involving Judge Jefferson Griffin, who wants more than 60,000 ballots thrown out, 65,000 to be exact. Again, he has his eyes set on that state Supreme Court seat. Now, Griffin, a Republican on the North Carolina Appeals Court of Appeals, challenged Democrat Supreme Court Justice Allison Riggs for the high court seat back in November, the big election, the presidential election back in November. They ran. Again, that's still yet to be decided. Recounts show that Riggs received 734 more votes than Griffin, but that result has yet to be made official. Again, while Griffin continues to challenge the validity of those tens of thousands of ballots. Now, the ruling in favor of Griffin from his colleagues on the appeals court came in a party line decision, as many of those previous rulings in this case. Now, again, this is a story that we've been following from the very beginning, actually, as they were running up until now. Again, I want to reiterate the headline: Republican Jefferson Griffin wins North Carolina Appeals Court challenge in a case contesting 65,000 ballots. Thousands of North Carolina ballots in the 2024 election might have been counted illegally. That's a ruling from the State Court of Appeals that came down today. This case almost certain to be appealed by the Democrats, by Allison Riggs' campaign team. Both Griffin and Riggs, WRL reached out to them, have not heard back from them right now. And I want to reiterate what's at stake, and if this ruling stands, the State Board of Elections would be required to ask most of the voters in question to provide proof of their identity. Anyone who doesn't respond will have their ballot thrown out. So again, this is a story that we are continuing to follow as we go along throughout the day. Again, major breaking news right here in a case where the North Carolina State Supreme Court still up for grabs. We'll continue to get back to that story as more information comes to light. We might hear from Riggs. We might hear from Jefferson Griffin. But when we do, we will bring that to you here on Live Impact News and update you on our mobile apps. But make sure you stay here on Live Impact News as we follow this developing story and other developing stories right now.